Anti-slave question everything.
Anti-slave question everything. Anti-slave question everything.
Welcome to Anti-slave question everything.
Question everything. Question everything. Anti-slave question everything. Anti-slave question everything.
Anti-slave question everything.
Anti-slave question everything. Anti-slave question everything. Anti-slave question everything. Welcome to Anti-slave question everything.
All right, hello and welcome, everyone, all once again. It's your truth-seeking host, Beau Diggles here, and I'm thrilled to have you all tuned in for yet another exciting episode of Anti-Slave Question Everything. This is the show where we delve deep into the most controversial conspiracies and unveil the truth that has been concealed from us for far too long. I'm here to do like one thing, my friends, and that's to spread some truth in a world that's full of lies. I've got a little conversation with me, myself, and I lined up for you guys today. Basically, it's just going to be a little bit of World War III watch, a little bit of bullshitting, and then I want to go over a couple of different UFO articles that I have. It's going to be a good one. You know, I'm just trying to bang out some solo content for you guys, for everyone that has been listening and watching contently, and probably hoping that I release a little bit more shit because I have been lacking on that lately. So I'm trying to make up for that. But before we get to that conversation, there are a few things that I would like to say to y'all. So I'd like to remind everyone that my podcast is now available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and it also is available on Google Podcasts now, it seems. I guess my RSS feed did the work that it was supposed to do, and it automatically got uploaded to Google as well as Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So make sure to check it out and rate it and whatever. If you know, wherever you're at, I'd appreciate it. You leave me a review or anything that you guys can, you know. I love hearing back from you guys, and any feedback is most definitely greatly appreciated. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, I know I've been pushing the limits with my content lately, so I am going to be toning things down a bit. But don't worry, you can still find me on alternative platforms like Rumble, Spotify, BitChute, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts now, it seems. Just search Anti-Slave QE, and you most definitely will find me. Now, if you want to keep up with all of my latest updates and exclusive content, be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. All just at AntiSlave QE. I also have a Reddit that I post hard-hitting conspiracy content to pretty consistently, and if you want to join it, you can find it at r/AntiSlaveQE. I also encourage anyone listening to become a part of the conversation on our Discord channel. The join link will be posted on my LinkedIn, which will be included in the description of this episode. I can't say it enough, guys. I seriously implore all of y'all to come hit up this Discord. It's tight. It's a good place. It's a safe place for people, like-minded individuals like myself and all of our friends here now, you know, that we have accumulated onto the channel. It's a good place for you guys to get there and let your thoughts and feelings out. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it feels like we're going crazy in the world all alone, but it's nice to have people to talk to and discuss things with. And we play video games and we do all sorts of fun stuff on the Discord. So I do encourage you guys to come check it out there. If you have any conspiracy theories, experiences, or anything else that you would like to discuss with me on my show, you most definitely can. Just drop me an email at antislaveqe@outlook.com or shoot me a message on social media. Any of those social media platforms that I have provided, you know, the Discord, TikTok, Twitter, anything. Hit me up if you want to become a part of the show, and we'll work something out. And I just want to thank everybody, as usual, you know, everybody that has been listening to the show, anybody that's following the show. We just broke 400 followers now on Spotify, which is fucking awesome. That's a lot of people. That's more people than I even can list off or know in real life at all. So it's really awesome that you guys have continued to support the show and continued to fuck with it, even through everything, all the ups and downs and shit. I appreciate y'all. It's amazing. You guys are awesome. Now, without further ado, let's get to the conversation today between me, myself, and I. This is Beau Diggles, and I'm out, baby. Bye-bye.
You
Are listening to
Anti-slave Question Everything.
Hey guys, it's Beau. So, like I said, I wanted to be tapping into a little bit today. World War III watch, right? So the homie Metatron Mike went at it again, and he sent me a article today that was posted on the New York Post, in regards to the U.S. drone that the Russian fighter jet collided with over the Black Sea. So I guess we had a drone that was kind of flying around over the Black Sea, and it got taken down by a fighter jet, by a Russian fighter jet. Now, that's kind of sketchy. That's extremely sketchy. For obvious reasons, it's extremely sketchy. We have seen an influx, like it's just ramping up and ramping up and ramping up now. The shit that's happening in Russia, the shit that's happening in Ukraine, the involvement with the United Nations and NATO, things are just getting worse and worse and worse. And unfortunately, eventually, I do believe that it is going to lead to World War III. Now, that's not a good thing for us. That's not a good thing for us at all. At all. We will be completely boned if World War III did happen to pop off and these motherfuckers decided that they were going to start shooting nukes back and forth to and fro all willy nilly like. That would not be a good thing for us. Especially, us that are here in like Washington or anybody that's near a fucking military base. Because those are going to be hot targets, man. Anywhere that's near a military base is going to be a hot target. They're definitely going to nuke the fuck out of places with military bases. So, like, we've got JBLM out here in Tacoma, and that's not more than a hop, skip, and a jump away from where I like literally lay my head at night. You know what I'm saying? So, if it did come down to it, and there was some sort of nuclear blast or some crazy shit, if they were like sending nuclear missiles out and stuff, they would definitely go and hit military bases. And I don't think that I'm even far away enough from that I'm not, I know I'm not. Like if we got hit by that shit, I don't think it would be the initial blast that would probably kill me, but I would definitely be killed by the fallout. And so would the homies even further down the way. And especially the homies that are down in like that little canyon area, down where like Sumner is, the people that are down in the valley, they're going to get covered, bro, or they would get covered. And it would be a very, very, very bad situation. And we're seeing it kind of just hop closer and closer and closer, tiptoeing towards uh, total annihilation, basically. And that's not something that I want to happen. That's not something I'm advocating for. It's just something that I am looking at as a very possible thing to happen in the near future. Something that I've been trying to prepare for. You know what I'm saying? And there's multiple ways that we could kind of prepare for this type of shit that's happening right now. Um, for instance, like I encourage everybody to stock up on bullets. Like you want to be stocking up on bullets. 9 millimeter is the most common round that you're gonna find. So let's say that shit does go south, and a bunch of crazy shit starts happening. We get invaded, whatever. You find a dead police officer on the street. Sure as shit, he's gonna have a 9 millimeter pistol on his side because that's just what they carry. A lot of the times is nines. So I would recommend stocking up on 9 millimeter ammunition. It's gonna basically become a new form of currency, in my opinion. Like I really do think that it's going to become a form of currency because people are going to need protection. We were talking about this on the Discord channel. The three B's. Initially, I said beans, bottled water, and bullets, and then Metatron Mike was like, "Hold up, wait, it's beans, bandages, and bullets," and that makes sense. That makes even more sense because water is something that hopefully we'll be able to find. And he did make a good point that water in the bottles are fucking poisoned already, anyways. So it's not necessarily the best thing for you to have. But if I could add on to that and say that there should be 4 B's to survival and make it beans, bottled water, bullets, and bandages, I would say that would be a good idea. Because regardless of whether or not we've got poison inside of the shit, it's still going to be something that people are going to be like sought after. Purified water. Like we all know how that was in Fallout. You know what I'm saying? You get the purified water bottles or you have the dirty water bottles, but like getting bottled water, I would say stack up on that fucking bottled water, stack up on medical supplies, stack up on bullets, you know, food that's not going to go bad, canned food. Me myself, I've been hitting the food bank, right? I've been hitting the food bank every week, and every week they give me shit that I try to use, and then a lot of the times I get shit that's like, "The fuck am I gonna do with this? What the fuck am I gonna do with 6 cans of diced tomatoes?" You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this right now? I'm not in a survival situation right now. You better believe in a survival situation, I would sit down if I was starving and I would body all 6 of those cans of diced tomatoes. I'm getting that shit for free. So if you guys have a food bank near you or whatever that you guys can go to, even if you don't need to, even if you don't necessarily need to, even if you've got food covered, you got what you need covered, go to the fucking food bank and get yourself those the canned diced tomatoes, the canned fucking random bullshit that nobody's ever gonna eat inside of your house, and start stowing them away inside of plastic bins somewhere. Maybe it be in your garage, wherever. If you've got a garage, I got a garage here, and I need to make better use of it. I've just got a bunch of random diggles stuffed inside of it right now. I got a tree inside of there, which is kind of crazy. I cut down a tree on my property, and I was like, you know what? I could make a literal cat tree out of this tree. So I fucking stuffed the tree in my garage. That's how bad of a diggler. Like I'm just, it's ridiculous, dude. I'm just like, oh, I got this fucking tree. Should I throw it away or should I fucking throw it in my garage? I don't know. Let's see. Let's throw it in the garage. That's how bad I am about getting rid of shit. That's why this room divider I found. I didn't find it. I got it given to me by somebody that lives at a different property, a manager that lives at a different property. She had it there, and I was like, "Damn, I've been thinking about buying one of those." And she's, "Oh, you want it? Well, I can't fucking say no to that." And that happens to me a lot out there. You want this? Well, I can't say no to that. I get a bunch of bullshit stuffed up inside of my house. It's fucking ridiculous. But anyways, if there's yeah, that's one thing that I could say about the 3 B's to survival. Well, the 4 B's to survival. You know, make sure that you have all of that shit for sure. You guys want to be stocking up on all of that shit for sure. You guys like Charlie Robinson says, don't be what does he say? Reactive, be proactive, I think is what he says. And he's not wrong. Like you don't want to get down to it and then just be like, "Oh man, I'm fucked now. I'm fucked. I don't have anything that I need." When it comes down to it, when it's down to the nitty-gritty, you know what I'm saying? And the food supply does get cut off. The supply to water does get cut off. We're seeing this as a very plausible thing happening here in the near future. Whether it be from nuclear fallout or anything really. We saw those Chinese spy balloons that were coming around, poking around, doing whatever it was that they were doing. You know that those motherfuckers were up to no good. And one thing that Chef stated that I thought was pretty interesting is the fact that they basically like you could have EMP payloads out on these fucking things, on these balloons, and they could be scouting out around to see exactly where they were going to drop an EMP payload and shut us the fuck down. That's something that could happen, guys. And then when that happens, what are you going to do? Everybody that has electric shit inside of their house, electric water, like not okay, not electric water, but like your electric water heater. You're going to be bathing in the cold, and that's fine. As long as and the water still works, that's cool. If that's a case, and if that's a thing that could happen, but it could also go the other way. You know, they could shut down our electricity. They could cut us off of the water supply. I mean, I've lived before without electricity and without water. It was okay. You know what I'm saying? In the back of the camper on the truck, we didn't have any type of reliable heating system or water system in the camper that I lived in the back of my truck. I mean, albeit because I stripped the thing out for all the copper it had, but still, it did not have electricity and it did not have water. But we still made it. We still survived. Like you can always go back to washing your clothes inside of the creek and shit. Like that's a thing. You can do that. Everybody might be a little bit smellier for some time, but honestly, dude, as long as we survive, it's gonna be a-okay. And that's just kind of thinking in the sense that they're gonna hit us with like an EMP or something. If they hit us with a nuke, we're fucked. Like there's nothing we're gonna be able to do. But I would like to think that before they hit us with a nuke, they'd probably like to scramble us up a little bit, get our heads fucked up, get the morale really low. You know what I'm saying? It would be really hard to fight back in the case that they got our heads all fucked up. Everybody, yeah, I haven't showered in a week, people are not knowing what's going on, especially everybody that's so blue-pilled, right? Everybody that's so blue-pilled that would just like to sit here and think that the biggest effects from the war in Ukraine might just be the fact that we have to pay a little bit more for gas. Those type of people that are so blue-pilled that they have no idea the the type of shit that could come from this ongoing proxy war. And there's a lot of bad things that could come from this, guys. So, I don't know. I'd fucking say pick your battles. I'd say pick your battles. I would say stay the fuck out of whatever's happening over there. It's not our problem. And pick your battles. Don't give in to bullshit. But anyways, I got this article that I want to read you guys. I want to get to the one that I mentioned earlier that Metatron Mike said had sent over. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get over to that article. All right. Yup. Let's do it. All right, guys, let's get on to that article that I had mentioned earlier. So, this is an article here that states U.S. drone, Russia fighter jet collided over Black Sea. So, a United States drone collided with a Russia fighter jet over the Black Sea. And we've got this little video here. Let's go ahead and watch this video. It's only 51 seconds long. But it will give us a little bit of a rundown. I think this is like an official statement from somebody in regards to the colliding jet. But let's go ahead and take a look-ski-doo at this.
It's not uncommon, Amr, for there to be intercepts by Russian aircraft of U.S. aircraft over the Black Sea. So this is not an uncommon occurrence. And there have been, even in just in recent weeks, there have been other intercepts. But this one obviously is noteworthy because of how unsafe and unprofessional it was, indeed reckless that it was, and causing the downing of one of our aircraft. So it's unique in that regard.
So we hear that a couple of times, them going back and forth saying that it was unprofessional and it was blobbity bloobity and fucking hoopty loopty and whatever the fuck other shit that they want to say. But here it states the U.S. military was forced to take down one of its own drones Tuesday after it collided with a Russian fighter jet over the Black Sea. The MQ-9 Reaper was brought down in international waters after its propeller was struck by one of two Russian Su-27 aircraft that conducted an unsafe and unprofessional intercept. U.S. European Command, EUCOM, said in a statement, it is believed to be the first time since the height of the Cold War that an American aircraft crashed as a result of an encounter with a Russian warplane. Wow, okay, so here we go, guys. We got them saying shit about the Cold War. Oh no, we got them saying shit here about the Cold War. We haven't seen shit. It hasn't been this bad since the height of the Cold War. Yee-hoo. Anyways, let's get on to more of this article. That's kind of crazy. Wow. It says, unlock that. But it says here, several times before the collision, the Su-27s dumped fuel on and flew in front of the MQ-9 in a reckless, environmentally unsound, and unprofessional manner. This incident demonstrates the lack of competence in addition to being unsafe and unprofessional. Yeah, see? That was unsafe and unprofessional type of warfare there, sir. I'm sorry, but like literally, when we're literally in a fucking war with another superpower, I don't understand what they mean by keeping things safe and professional. What about this is safe and professional? You know what I'm saying? When check it out. Let's say that we have McDonald's here and then we have Burger King here, right? We got two different superpowers in a sense. Like these are very sought after, popular brands of something in America, right? Let's just say that the king decided that he was going to post up over at Burger King and Ronald McDonald said that he was going to post up over at Ronald McDonald Land or whatever, McDonald's, right? Let's just take this idea into our heads here and like sit with it here for a second. So let's say that these two got into a proxy war together, right? You can't come into my parking lot, motherfucker, because this is where motherfuckers be parking to come to McDonald's, right? But also, I want motherfuckers to be parking that come to McDonald's to be parking in your parking lot, Burger King. And Burger King says, no, 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 no. Now, let's just think about it like this. They got cans of tear gas. They've got AR-15s. They've got guns and shit. Now, if I were to look out in the parking lot and see Ronald McDonald and the King having a fucking firefight together, throwing tear gas at each other, I would say that that is very unsafe and unprofessional. But that's just me. I guess that's just me that would think that any form of warfare is unsafe and unprofessional. When I think of a professional, people kind of, I don't know, making a compromise together. Two people would be going and talking it out, you know, not killing each other, not killing people, not doing crazy shit and burning things and using chemical warfare on each other. Like everything that is going on between anyone in this fucking war is unsafe and unprofessional. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. But I'm the type of person that sits there and I don't want to. No war, no war. Okay, I don't. Fuck, man. Like I don't want. I don't subscribe to any side of this bullshit agenda. I don't, and I'm not going to. I'm never going to. I don't give a fuck, dude. I really don't. It's ridiculous. It's fucking retarded that people are murdering each other in 2023. I get that it's going to continue to happen. That doesn't mean I have to be okay with it. Okay, I understand that war is as war is, and war will continue to be war for as long as we exist. You know, just like what do they say in Fallout? War never changes, because it doesn't. We always have it for some fucking reason. We always have this shit going on for some fucking reason, whether it be Ukraine, Russia, Afghanistan, everywhere this shit has been going on. It's just insane to me. So that's my little 2 cents there. When it comes down to like what I think of fucking war, I think it's bullshit. I don't think that we should be involved. I don't think that if there is something like if there is some crazy shit like this going on, I don't think we should be involved. I don't think we should be sending money over to fucking Ukraine at all. Fuck no. And that's not even because I know that that money is going right back into the Biden's pocket. It's because I know that war never changes. I learned that playing Fallout. Thank you, Bethesda. But dude, this shit is fucking off the hizzy. This is wild. Let me go ahead and get back to this so I can show you guys a little bit more here. So it does seem like Russia was actually trying to do something against this drone with it dumping fuel on it. It wasn't an accident. Like they wanted to shoot that shit down. They really did. I don't know why they didn't just shoot it down. I don't know why they were playing Mario Kart with it and like dumping fuel on it and throwing banana peels out their windows of the jet fighters and stuff. But who knows? Let's tap into this a little bit more, shall we? Russia's fuel dumping tactic, an apparent attempt to blind or damage the drone, is rarely seen. The pilots may have aimed to set the Reaper aflame with a dump and burn, intentionally dumping and igniting fuel with the plane's afterburner. But the practice is not commonly used for offensive purposes. Defense officials declined to say what they believed was Moscow's intent with the maneuver. Fuel dumping is much more commonly used to allow pilots to lighten a jet's fuel load for safety reasons before landing. Okay. I certainly don't want to speak for the Russian pilots, but it is clear that their actions were unprofessional and outside the norms of internationally accepted practices. Like what, murdering people? Jesus Christ. And that's from Pentagon spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Garen Garn. It's a fucking long name. While the Reaper can be armed, Pentagon spokesman Air Force Brig Gen Pat Ryder said the drone was conducting a standard intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance mission over the Black Sea. I don't know what the fuck there is to see over the Black Sea, but as you can see here, we've got Ukraine, Russia, Romania, and Andrew Tate's over here somewhere, Bulgaria, and Turkey. And we got Georgia. I don't know. They can't be. Yeah, Georgia. We got Georgia down there. It's different kind of Georgia from the one that's in the United States, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I am pretty retarded when it comes to knowledge. Anyways, these aircraft have been flying over the Black Sea region for some time to include before the current Ukraine conflict started, he said. It is important and busy international waterway. Air Force General James B. Hecker, the commander of U.S. air operations in the Europe and Africa, claimed the Russians' jet actions nearly caused both aircraft to crash. Reuters said that the Su-27 was likely damaged in the collision, but managed to land safely soon after. Oh wow! So they really just was like, these motherfuckers really just was like, yeah, just fucking crashed into that shit, huh? Not giving a fuck, just crashed into that shit. That is so insane to me. That's so insane to me. Like, what the fuck, dude? Imagine being that guy, dude. Imagine being that guy. Like, you're the dude. You're the guy. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, yeah, you gotta gotta get that shit down, bud. And I'd be like, you want me to crash into it? That's what I would say. Can I get that again? You want me to crash into it? Fuck, dude. Can you imagine? That'd be insane. That would be insane. So let me continue on here. It says back in Washington, the State Department summoned the Russian ambassador Anatoly Antov to lodge a protest over the incident. Though Reuters said U.S. military officials had not, to my knowledge, spoken to their Russian counterparts about the encounter. The collision took place just after 7 a.m. local times and follows a pattern of dangerous actions by Russian pilots while interacting with U.S. and allied aircraft over international airspace, including over the Black Sea, according to UCOM. Reuters said that the Russian pilots harassed the drone between 30 and 40 minutes before it went down. Oh, so they were pulling the old orca whale on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Fun fact: orca whales are insane. Okay, they really are. They like to murder things and they like to harass things. And I did watch this video on YouTube about these orca whales that were basically chasing this stingray around, and they were like slapping the fuck out of it with their tails, because they do this thing where they tail whip the shit out of stuff. You know, just watch tail whip the fuck out of it, leaves things disoriented. Sometimes it's easier for them to eat their prey after they get the little birdies going around their head and shit. But these fucking guys, these orcas, a gang of them, were on the stingray, and they just slapped the fucking shit out of it until it died. And then as soon as it died, they didn't even eat it. They just watched it float to the bottom of the ocean. So these Russian fighter jets were toying with the drone for 30 and 40 minutes before it finally went down. That's kind of crazy. They're the orca whales of the sky. Wild. Super insane. Neither the U.S. nor Russia had recovered the drones as of Tuesday afternoon, and Reuters would not say whether any attempt at recovery would take place. President Biden was briefed on the incident by National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, a White House spokesperson said Tuesday. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby told reporters that while the incident was not the first time U.S. aircraft had been intercepted by Russian jets, it's the first time that an intercept resulted in the splashing of one of our drones. I mean, that makes sense, because back in the day, we didn't have fucking drones. Or if we did, they didn't say anything about it. The Russian Defense Ministry claimed that it had scrambled fighter jets to intercept the drone after it intruded on airspace declared off limits by Moscow as a part of its invasion of Ukraine. Oh, so we went poking around. As a result of quick maneuvering, the MQ-9 drone went into an unguided flight with a loss of altitude and collided with the water surface, said the Defense Ministry, which further claimed that their planes neither collided with the drone nor fired upon it. After meeting with the Assistant Secretary of State for Europe, Karen Donfried, Antov told reporters the drone flight was a provocation, and argued that there was no reason for the U.S. craft to be in the area. However, the ambassador added, "We don't want any confrontation between U.S. and Russia." Yeah. Meanwhile, Kirby vowed that the incident would not prevent the U.S. military from continuing its work in the region. If the message is that they want to deter or dissuade us from flying and operating in the international airspace over the Black Sea, then that message will fail, he said, later adding, "We're going to continue to fly and operate in international airspace over international waters. The Black Sea belongs to no one nation." Tuesday's incident took place weeks after U.S. military intercepted 8 Kremlin fighter jets near Alaska in 2 separate incidents. Oh, that's a little piece of news right there. When it comes down to World War III watch, I mean, we might as well get into that one. But looks like there's a little video here, so let's go ahead and watch this video.
And fighter escort squad flew.
Sorry, let me restart this for you guys.
Tensions continue to rise between the U.S. and Russia as Putin's unprovoked war in Ukraine reaches its one-year anniversary, and as the U.S. continues to send military aid to a nation under siege. But this was the scene recently near U.S. airspace, as a Russian bomber and fighter escort squad flew a little too close for comfort. The aerial group was detected by the North American Aerospace Defense Command as they approached Alaska. According to an official NORAD statement, the Russian aircrafts included a Tu-95 MC long-range bomber and an Su-35 escort. NORAD affirms that they never crossed into U.S. or Canadian airspace, adding, quote, "This Russian activity is not seen as a threat, nor is the activity seen as provocative." However, fighter jets were scrambled to intercept the flight group nonetheless, something NORAD says it was prepared for even before detecting the flight group, adding that this has been a relatively regular occurrence since 2007. Still, as U.S.-Russian ties continue to deteriorate, encounters like this one will be increasingly more tense. Authorities say that this exercise near Alaska's northern border was in no way related to the recent spate of unidentified objects that have made their way into U.S. airspace.
And they got the Chinese weather balloon now. Now, would they think it was provocative if, now hear me out. Do you guys believe that they would think it was provocative if these fighter jets, if these Russian, when they were riding up into the Alaskan airspace or whatever, if they were just hanging BAs out the window, you know what I'm saying? Just mooning the fuck out of us. Just fucking pasty white Russian BAs, bare ass, pressed up against the window. You know what I'm saying? You think that we would consider it provocative at that point? Would that be an act of war if they were hanging bare asses out the windows, dude, to us? Just, you know what I'm saying? Mushroom stamp and all, just up on the fucking window of that jet. I think that would be an act of war. Biden would launch a nuke over that shit. You know what I'm saying? He totally would. But let me get into this this little piece of news that we have right here. Go ahead and share this. But it says this was posted February 16th of 2023, so about a month ago. Not over, like, yeah, it's a little under a month ago. So it states here, as anxieties grow over U.S. airspace security in recent weeks, the military intercepted 8 Russian fighter jets near Alaska in 2 separate incidents this week, the North American Aerospace Defense Command said Thursday. The first group of 4 Russian aircraft, which included a blah 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 blue 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 strategic bomber and a blah 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 fighter jets, approached the Alaskan Air Defense Identification Zone on Monday, followed by a second quartet a day later, NORAD said in a statement. In each case, NORAD sent 2 F-35A fighter jets to intercept the Russian flights, supported by 2 F-16 fighters, an E-3 Sentry early warning aircraft, and 2 KC-135 Stratotankers. NORAD tracks and positively identifies foreign military aircraft that enter ADIZ, the command said. NORAD routinely monitors foreign aircraft movements and, as necessary, escorts them to the ADIZ. And it states here, the Russian activity near the North American ADIZ occurs regularly and is not seen as a threat, nor is it seen as provocative, unless they were hanging bare asses out the window. Of course, the military command went on. NORAD had anticipated this Russian activity and, as a result for our planning, was prepared to intercept it. So we knew that those dirty dogs were coming. Since Russia resumed out-of-area long-range aviation activity in 2007, NORAD has seen a yearly average of approximately 6 to 7 intercepts of Russian military aircraft in the ADIZ, NORAD said. These numbers have varied each year from as high as 15 to as low as 0. National security threats from the air have been a particular interest since NORAD first detected a Chinese spy balloon entering U.S. airspace over Alaska on January 28th. The surveillance device has spent the next week traversing the continental U.S. before President Biden ordered it to be shot down on February 4th off the coast of South Carolina. After that incident, NORAD adjusted its radars to better track airborne objects at high altitudes, leading to the identification and shootdowns of 3 successive UFOs over the U.S. and Canada this past weekend. UFOs, ew. While NORAD has led a recent balloon and UFO identification efforts, the military commanded assesses that this Russian flight activity is in no way related to the recent NORAD and U.S. Northern Command operations associated with airborne objects over North America during the last 2 weeks. And yeah, like I said, that was posted 2/16/23, so a little under a month ago. Pretty crazy stuff we got going on here, guys. We've got a lot of wackadoodle in the noodle events going on. Shit, like I said, earlier, batten down the fucking hatches, because this shit's getting crazy and it's going to continue to get crazy. I've got another article that I would like to go into, but before we do that, I want to take a quick break. So I'm going to pause this recording and then I will continue on. Check you soon. This is Beau Diggles. Okay, guys, I'm back. So I want to bring to light one other topic, or not really. It's the same topic. It's the same shit. But I want to bring to light one more thing here. Basically, it's the fact that this is an article that I found on the internet, and it states Zelensky, if China allies itself with Russia, there will be a World War III. So, no bueno. And that's one thing that I'm sure we've all been thinking about in regards. Sorry about that, burped, but in regards to this war and everything that is going on. If China and Russia were to join forces together, that would explain the Chinese weather balloons. That would explain the UFOs. I mean, I guess it would explain the UFOs. I guess it would explain. I don't like the fact that they're really kind of trying to play on aliens. Like, oh, they're out of this world. Aliens are out of this world. Motherfucker, this is the same government that said that we were retarded however many years back because of the fact that we believed in UFOs and aliens. Now they're really kind of trying to cup the balls. You know what I'm saying? They're really trying to cup the balls when it comes to this whole alien thing. They're really trying to give us a whole run around or reach around on the whole idea and the whole fucking thing, a reach around. They're trying to give us the reach around, bud. The dirty reach around that nobody asked for. Okay? You can't take one side of thing and then be like, yeah, and then take another side of it and they'll be like, no. Like, you can't sit here and be like how you were for the past however many years about UFOs and then just be like, oh, we've got UFOs all over the fucking place now. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you. You're retarded. Shut up. It's not what you guys are saying it is. I know it's not, because for one, if it was what you were saying it is, these motherfuckers would not be able to shoot it down. Anything that could come to our planet that is interplanetary, there's no fucking way you're hitting that shit. There's no fucking way, you fucking goobers. You fucking goobers, dude. You fucking goober fuck retard bitch. That's like, come on now. Come on. Might have been a little bit more hate speech that needed to be added into this episode, but, sometimes it just kind of bleeds out. They're fucking stupid, dude. They're stupid. God, and you know what? Hate speech against the government is permitted here. Fuck it. That's what we're all about. I don't like the government. Everybody knows this. But anyways, these headlines state, let me just share my shit. But these headlines here state, Zelensky, if China allies itself with Russia, there will be World War III. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky warns that should China aid Russia in its war effort against Ukraine, there will be another world war. No shit. Really? Okay. Yeah, okay. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky warned China in a newspaper interview on Monday against supporting Russia in its war on Ukraine, and said doing so would bring on a world war. Zelensky's comments came as China said that the United States was in no position to make demands after the top U.S. diplomat warned his Chinese counterpart at the weekend against China providing weapons to Russia in its war in Ukraine. For us, it's important that China does not support the Russian Federation in this war, Zelensky told German Daily Die Welt. In fact, I would like it to be on our side at the moment. However, I don't think that's possible. But I do see an opportunity for China to make a pragmatic assessment of what is happening here, he added, because if China allies itself with Russia, there would be a world war. And I do think that China is aware of that. Zelensky's comment follows U.S. warning. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken on Saturday warned top Chinese diplomat Wang Yi of consequences should China provide material support to Russia's invasions of Ukraine, saying in an interview after the two met that Washington was concerned Beijing was considering supplying weapons to Moscow. Turning to Moldova, Zelensky told Die Welt that Ukraine had passed on to Moldovan President Mao Sandu intelligence suggesting that Russia was plotting a coup in Moldova. Mao Sandu never asked me for help, but she thanked me for the information. She knows our situation very well. Ukraine will always be ready to help Moldova, he added. The Kremlin said on Monday that Russia's relations with Moldova were very tense, and it accused Moldovan leaders of pursuing an anti-Russian agenda, 1 week after Chinsu said it had foiled a Russian coup attempt. So that's the little piece of news that I wanted to get to you guys there. This was actually posted February 20th of 2023, so about 34 days ago, so a little bit over a month ago. This was posted talking about, oh yeah, if Zelensky wants to fucking do this, or this, you know, if you guys want to have come in a pissing match over here, you want to have a pissing match over, you fucking better not, because I can piss further than you can, motherfucker. That's what they're saying, these goddamn dirtbags. But posted yesterday, I've got a another article. Oh, Thomson Reuters. Thanks the Thompson family. You know, little flashback to the episodes that me and fucking the homie was coming onto the show and going into this. We were going into this shit talking about the Thompson family. Me and Matt were talking about. Matt had all that information, man. He really did. And I haven't heard from him in a while. So, Matt, if you hear this, hit me up, man. You've been pretty quiet on the old Discord. I haven't heard from you on Reddit or anything. I hope that you're okay and everything's going okay for you, buddy. But shouts out to Matt because this article was written and posted by Thomson Reuters. And it was posted yesterday, March 13th of 2023. The headline states, and this ties into World War III watch, especially into what we were just talking about there a couple of seconds ago. But yeah, let me show it to y'all. China's Xi reported, Xi Jinping, or however the fuck you pronounce it, to be planning Russia visit next week as Bakhmut battle rages. So it states here, Chinese President Xi Jinping is planning to visit Russia as soon as next week. People familiar with the matter said on Monday, while Moscow and Kiev both reported intense fighting in the war's bloodiest battle over the eastern city of Bakhmut. A visit by Xi next week, days after he secured a third term as China's leader, would come sooner than previously expected. Russian President Vladimir Putin, who has already publicly invited Xi to Moscow without specifying a date, would be likely to portray it as a show of support for Russia's war in Ukraine. No shit. The sources briefed on the matter declined to be identified given the sensitivity of the issue. China's foreign ministry did not immediately respond to a request for comment, and the Kremlin declined to comment. Well, yeah. And this says, relentless fighting. On the ground, both sides described relentless fighting in Bakhmut, a small, ruined city in eastern Ukraine that has become the main focus of a Russian winter campaign involving hundreds of thousands of freshly conscripted reservists and mercenaries. Kiev announced last week that it had decided to defend Bakhmut rather than withdraw. Russian forces led by the Wagner Private Army have captured the eastern part of the city, but have so far failed to encircle it. All enemies' attempts to capture the town were repelled by artillery, tanks, and other firepower. Ukraine's Colonel Jen Alstas, blah, 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 the commander of the ground forces, who has vowed not to withdraw, was quoted by saying Ukraine's media military center. Okay, sorry guys, I'm not really good at reading. So anyways, yeah. There's just some other shit there going into some other shit that I don't really want to get into. But yeah, so after we see here how Zelensky's like, oh yeah, we got these motherfuckers working with these motherfuckers, all y'all motherfuckers getting blown up. Newsflash, motherfuckers. These motherfuckers is going to meet with them motherfuckers, so these motherfuckers get blown up. That's all I'm saying. World War III watch, baby. That's fucking A, dude. It's happening. It's all happening, as OBDM would like to say. It's all happening. And anybody here that has not yet checked it out, go listen to our Big Dumb Mouth podcast. Midnight Mike, Joe, and Cretchet kill it every single week. Midnight Mike's on a vacation right now. And I know this. I love the podcast. I listen to them all the time, almost religiously. It's kind of creepy, but seriously, guys, go check it out. It's a good show. I love it. I can't not shout it out. I always shout out the podcasts that I do listen to, the podcasts that inspire me. You know what I'm saying? So go check out OBDM. Anybody listening here, seriously, go choke out Midnight Mike, Joe, and Cretchet. Find all three of them and choke them out. Yeah, just joking. Check out OBDM. It's a really good fucking podcast. And, I wouldn't be saying that if I didn't mean it. I love that show. It's a great show. It's a great show. I recommend it to anybody that would care to listen to my recommendations. But anywho, so yeah, we got that going on, and now we're seeing that fucking we're gonna be seeing. Oh yeah, we're gonna go down and see how they doing. We're not buddy or anything, right? No, we're just kind of come see. Dude, okay, I've got people that I give a fuck about, and I never go visit them. You know what I'm saying? I've got people that I really care about that I'm far more like. We're more than just acquaintances. You know what I'm saying? But I don't come and fucking visit y'all like that. These guys got visitors, homie. Like, what do you think is going on right now? You think is going on? When they go down there and they talk to each other, what do you think is going on? You think that they're just shooting the shit, talking about fucking latest TikToks they've seen and all sorts of shit? Oh man, the gas prices are sure high. Yeah, fuck no. That's not what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's not no normal casual meetup like we would be having like as normal Americans, normal human beings, normal people. That's not the case. That's not what's happening, you guys. They're meeting up for a fucking reason. They're meeting up probably because they're going to talk about how they're going to annihilate the rest of us. So that's why I was saying this shit's World War III watch right now. That's what we're doing. We're on World War III watch right now, baby, because this is what we have to be looking into. And by the way, check it out. Got that. I don't know if I've stated that yet or not, but yeah, Justin Parker. Shouts out to Justin Parker. The work that he does is amazing. He made that design. Well, you can see right there up in the corner that away. There's the original design that I did, and then I sent it to him and I asked him to remake it, and then that's how it came out. Sorry, I don't know how to fucking point when I'm looking at the camera. The camera's up here. I'm here. Everything's weird. I don't understand life. But whatever. Fuck it. We're here to continue skating on, right? We're here to continue winging it, baby, and that's what we do. That's what I do 98% of the time. I am a professional at winging things. So that's what I do. I just wing the shit. I wing the shit, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it don't work, and we'll come back and fix it later. Probably next week, but we'll come back and fix it. Anywho, there's a few more things that I would like to get into with you guys, but before we get into that, I would like to take another break. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be back right with you here pretty soon. Beau Diggles, I'm out. Bye-bye. All right, guys, I'm back now after that quick little break ski, and we went over a couple of things there on the whole World War III watch and everything, all this doomsaying, all this naysaying that I have to talk about. I want to get onto some more of the woo-woo crazy stuff that I love to sink my teeth into, and that is the fucking UFO shit, man. So I've got some UFO shit that we can go into, and I've got a couple of cool little articles. So let's just, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Love it. Absolutely love it. Nice. So the first thing that I want to get into when it comes down to UFOs and the shit that I want to talk about UFOs on this episode is what the fuck is up with John Podesta talking about UFOs? Okay? Come on, Skippy. What the fuck is up with that, dude? What the fuck is up with that? Anytime I see Skippy talking about shit, I'm just like,
Fake news.
I hate this guy. I absolutely hate this guy. I hate this guy. I hate this guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a dirtbag. He's a dirty dog. You know? This motherfucker, he's a dirty dog. And I was watching this Hulu thing that was talking about UFOs, and I think it's literally just called, it's like a Hulu show, and it's called UFOs. And I was very fucking surprised to see John fucking Podesta talking about UFOs and talking about the shit that has to do with them. And I'm just like, what the fuck is what simulation did I wake up into today? Because this dirty dog, Skippy, is sitting here talking about aliens. I'm like, what do you have to do with aliens, bro? Except for the illegal aliens that you kidnapped and molested. That's the only thing that you have. Like, that's the only ties to aliens that you have, brother, is that there were some 2B aliens, illegal aliens that were coming into America, but instead of them getting into America, you trapped them in a cage and molested them. So what the fuck do you have to say about aliens, bro? If it was up to John Podesta, the first contact that we would have would be his ding dong just flipping around in their face. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to OBDM today, and they were talking about Independence Day, and the scene where Will Smith gets up in that motherfucker and he punches that alien in the face. And then Mike, Joe, and Cretchard were going into it like, oh, was this the first contact? Was this the first contact? That would be pretty tight. But if it was up to John Podesta, especially with them being 3 feet tall or whatever, John Podesta would be there whipping his dick out trying to make contact. You know what I'm saying? He'd be out there flipping his little ding dong, his little Skippy flip right in front of their asses and shit. Fuck John Podesta. Fuck Skippy. Fuck the Clintons. Fuck this dude. Fuck everything that he has to stand for. It's insane that he's even trying to weasel his way into the UFO community. It pisses me off. It pisses me off. It really does. Because I fuck with fucking UFOs, man, and I fuck with aliens. I don't fuck with John Podesta. He's a punk ass bitch, and I want to show y'all this shit that I got here. This shit that I got here that has to do with John Podesta and with aliens. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. But here's a little clip from a conference, and I'm sorry that you guys have to see his disgusting fucking face. I know that it's really hard to look at without having the undying urge to jump through a screen and pummel it into a bloody pulp because of the fact that he is a disgusting satanic pedophile. But let's go ahead and take a quick look-ski at John Podesta and his ugly fucking mug spewing shit out about aliens. Let's do it. Look at him. Yes, you do. I seen a UFO. John Podesta. Call me Skippy. You're fucking retarded. You're John Podesta. That's what he looks like. He's a fucking idiot.
Do you think there might be aliens?
I'm actually, I think they're too.
Idiot.
Issues there.
Fuck you.
One is, are there aliens? And two, have we been visited or visited recently by aliens? Right. I think on the former, it seems inconceivable there aren't aliens.
Right.
On the latter, that's what the quest for opening up and getting the government to take it seriously.
Yeah.
Other governments have done so. They've they've both looked and reviewed their files.
I hate John Podesta so much.
Set up, these are small teams of people to say, okay, well, if we see something, let's examine it. Let's rather than being embarrassed, ashamed, and treating it as
what's up with this fucking
something that has to.
What's up with this fucking? You guys see this ring finger type shit going on here? Wait, okay. So you see the red jewel and like the golden thing or whatever on maybe his ring finger. I don't know if that's his ring finger or not, but holy shit, what is that? What's going on here? It's got to be something weird. It's got to be something weird.
everywhere. Let's let the public in on what we know.
But you were
that's all I've championed, and I stand by it. And I think it would be good. And I think there's actually a lot of public interest in the phenomena in doing that. And I got to tell you, I meet a lot of politicians.
Oh yeah, we know that. We know that, John Podesta. We know that. You got a lot of weird, kinky stuff going on with a lot of politicians. You fucking idiot. You fucking piece of shit.
And others who say, I'm with you, but I can't say so.
But you were White House Chief of Staff. You had a very high security clearance. So recognize you can't tell us anything about classified information. Did what you see change your estimation of the probability? In the last 10 years, has your estimation of the probability that we've been visited by aliens changed at all?
He means, have you seen the book?
I think nothing I saw in the government changed my estimation of that.
Meaning what? That you already believed in them already? I mean, we already know that he believes in them because his friends are reptilians, right? You know? So what the fuck, man? What can you tell me? We already know because your friends are reptilians. Like, come on now. He's like, yeah, well, I gotta kind of believe in it because I've seen Hillary Clinton shapeshift about 362 times, So that makes sense, fucking Bill Clinton be catching flies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jesus, Murphy. That's some crazy news right there. And this was posted 6 years ago. So John Podesta has been in it, dude. He's been in it. Yeah. Okay, whoa. Dude, this is going on some whole other shit. Like,
if you want to take full control of your...
I'm not gonna share this one, but like, holy fuck, dude. There's a whole other video in that same conference of them talking about the Hillary Clinton emails, which is insane. Super insane. But I have one more article for you guys before we make like a tree and get the fuck out of here. Okay? This article is it's pretty fringe. You know what I'm saying? It's from newsstandgale24.com. Sorry about that, guys. I just had a fucking cough emerge in my throat. But let me go ahead and shoot this display capture so you guys can see what I'm seeing. But this states here, Marine officer states, I have spent 15 years on Mars in a secret space program. So this is going to be some fucking, like I said, some far out fringe shit. So bear with me. But this is the type of shit that I love to get into. So according to claims by retired officer Randy Kramer, initially known under the pseudonym Captain K, not only have humans reached Mars in the past, but we have developed a secret space program and flotilla that operates in space. A close-up image of an astronaut on Mars kneeling and looking at a rocket in the distance. The spaceman or spacewoman is dressed in full spacesuit viewed from behind, kneeling on rocks and looking into the distance where a space rocket is at rest on the flat terrain. Oh, Mars is flat. So is the Earth. There seems to be two versions filtering out to society when it comes to space, Mars and the classified files linking the two. The first is that we haven't been to Mars, that there is a lot of work to be done, and that our technology is still very limited. The other is exactly the opposite, a version that has been endorsed by various individuals over the last decade. The question here is, who is telling the truth? And would it be ridiculous to think that we have reached Mars and colonized the red planet thanks to secret space programs? I don't think that's too far-fetched. According to quote-unquote Captain K, who is a former U.S. Marine, he was stationed on the red planet for years, and his mission was to protect the 5 human colonies from the indigenous life forms on Mars. Not only did he spend years on Mars, but he also served aboard a giant space aircraft carrier for 3 years. According to the former U.S. Marine, he worked on the Mars Defense Force, MDF, which is owned by the Mars Colonies Corporation, the MCC, which is basically a conglomerate of financial, government, and tech companies. Kramer and his team were a part of a special section of the United States Marines with a highly classified mission to protect and secure the existence of 5 newly established colonies on the surface of the red planet. The Earth Defense Force and other secret military branch has military recruits from countries like the United States, China, and Russia. Furthermore, Kramer claims that his training took place on the moon, within a secret base called LOC, or Lunar Operations Command, on Saturn's moon, Titan, and even in deep space. Not only do we have technology to reach Saturn and outer space, Mars is a planet teeming with life according to the statements of the former Marine. According to Randy Kramer, the space fleet has technology far superior to what exists on Earth. The different ships have different propulsion systems that allow the space fleet to reach the borders of our solar system with ease. According to Kramer, the propulsion systems use fission and fusion powered thrusters, room driver, and anti gravity technology, advances made available to humanity with the friendly gray aliens. Mr. Kramer states that there are two indigenous species that inhabit Mars, the reptilians and the insectoids. Both very intelligent, reptilians are much more aggressive species, defending their territory at all costs, and the insectoids are equally intelligent and capable, but are more passive. The fact that Mars is a planet capable of supporting life has been supported by several researchers, including Dr. Brandenburg, who even claims that the extraterrestrial beings waged a nuclear war on the red planet and that today we can find evidence of it. According to Dr. Brandenburg, the ancient Martians known as the Psyodians and the Utopians were massacred in the gigantic nuclear attack, and evidence of the genocide can still be seen today. According to scientists, there are very large remnants of a xenon-129 on Mars, and the only process we know of that produces xenon-129 is a nuclear explosion. In a television interview, Dr. Brandenburg stated the two big disasters happened on Mars. He told Supreme Master TV, pointing to Utopia on a map. One here, and then an asteroid impact happened here. And Sidonia was right in the middle of it. That is puzzling. Why would so many bad things happen in an area of Mars that just happened to have archaeology? Although Captain K has no physical evidence to back up his claims, he says he is doing everything he can to obtain highly classified documents that would prove his account to be true. Parts of Captain K's testimony match that of Michael Raphael, another whistleblower who claims that he has spent 20 years on the Red Planet. Laura Magdalene Eisenhower, a great-granddaughter of the former President Eisenhower, claims that an attempt was made to recruit her for a human colony on Mars, led by researcher Dr. Hal Puthoff. I've definitely heard some shit about that secret space program type deal that Eisenhower signed, some crazy shit, and then now the granddaughter of him or his daughter or whoever is going out and just blowing the whistle on that shit. That is super wild to me, and that is something that all y'all should look into because it's some pretty crazy shit. Supposedly there was like this deal that Eisenhower made with the gray aliens back in the day that allows them to come and pick and choose, who they want to take from, us through the humans. And basically, we get a little bit of their technology that we are able to reverse engineer. And in return for that, they're allowed to, grab a couple of humans every once in a while, in which they probably also reverse engineer. So that's pretty crazy how that kind of ties into that. Like I said, that's a pretty far out article. It's pretty fringe. It's pretty wild. But it's the type of shit that I like to get into. It's the type of shit that I like to share. So I do have something to talk to you guys about, though. So as of recent, I've been going through a lot of insane shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been going through a lot of insane shit. It's been hard for me to keep up on my podcast, and it's been hard for me to keep up on posting things like I normally do. So, but I'm trying to get better and better at it. As time goes on, I'm trying to get better at it. I had a lot of crazy shit go down with where I live and who I live with. Now I live by myself with me and my daughter, obviously, but yeah, just a lot of things led to a bunch of other things. My drinking started becoming a problem, or it is now a problem, and it was then too. But a lot of shit leaded up kind of to me and my girlfriend splitting ways and stuff, and things have just been a lot harder for me to keep on top of, with my daughter and all. Like, I don't have the help from her anymore, so it's a lot more on my plate, and that's fine because, like, I'm Michaela's father, so that is how it is, and that's how it should be. I can provide for her, and I can do what I need to do for her, but sure as shit gets a lot harder when I don't have somebody else helping me, especially somebody that is so well kept together. I'm not very well kept together. My girlfriend was like my glue. She was really like my glue. Um, she was very good at keeping me on track and keeping my mind on track and keeping me on track. And that shouldn't be a job for her to have to do it all. It should be my job. But the help that she gave me was amazing nonetheless. Anywho, I don't want to be ranting on about shit that's going on in my life and blah, 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 because I know a lot of people don't give a shit. They don't want to hear about it. But I wanted to make this statement that as of late, not as of late, like it's been going on for a while now, pretty much since me and my girlfriend broke up and have been split apart and she moved out of the apartment that we had together. But I've been drinking again, and I've been drinking heavily. Like, I've been drinking a lot. And I was drinking tonight. I had like 3 beers left. I finished them. I'm not going to go buy any more. I don't want to buy any more. I feel like I need to say this out loud to whoever's listening, so I know that I made this a plan, that I made this a thing that I need to do, that I made it official, I guess. But I'm going to work my hardest to not drink anymore. And that's something that I absolutely need to do. And I mean, we're talking all the way back from the episodes of The Face of Homelessness. Like, I was out there, like, it was hard for me to be out there, around people that were in active addiction. All the while I was sitting there contributing to my own active addiction, sitting there drinking alcohol. Um, and that's one thing that I do, man. I do drink booze, and it's not good for me because I use it instead of what I like to do, instead of my DOC, instead of smoking meth, instead of doing meth and benzos, I drink alcohol. But then what it turns into is it's not just me drinking alcohol on a social basis. It's like I wake up in the morning and I start drinking alcohol to get through my day. And then halfway through my day, if I'm not drinking or whatever, I feel sick and my hands are shaking and I feel like I'm going to throw up and like all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Anything that Anti-Slave has ever done, he's done it hard. You know what I'm saying? I go hard in everything that I do. If I'm smoking weed, I'm a fucking stoner all day. I'm a fucking stoner. Like, I'm a stoner, and I am a stoner. I got my bong right here. Got the old Billy right here, It's got not got nothing in it because I got the old bull piece over here getting ready to load her up when I'm done with this. But yeah, dude. Um Guys, I need to stop drinking, and I plan on stopping drinking, and I'm gonna make that statement. This is what I need to do, and I apologize if my content has been lackluster lately. I don't want to blame it on anything. I mean, I don't have to blame it on anything. It's because I've been drinking, and I haven't been paying too much attention to the shit that I'm posting, to the shit that I say when I'm posting stuff. When I'm drinking, I'm a lot more fucking offensive. I'll really get out there and talk some shit, and that's also one thing that I don't want to continue doing. I like spreading love, man. I like spreading truth. I like encouraging people, and that's what I want to do with this whole thing. Is I want to spread love, I want to spread truth, and I want to encourage people. And I can't very well do that when I'm all fucked up. And I've been all fucked up now for a while. She's been gone for a while, and I can't even attribute to my girlfriend leaving or whatever. Woe is me. Blah blah blah. Crybaby bitch, right? I know. Um so I don't even want to get into that too much because I don't want to sit here and be like, "Oh, blah 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 blah. My girlfriend left me, blah blah blah," and sound like a crybaby. It's not even how it is, man. She's just an amazing person, and she has done a lot for me, and she saved my life, and I feel soul bonded to her, and so it really tears me up being away from her and shit. And yeah, I don't want to start doing drugs again. I don't see myself getting any better if I continue to drink. You know what I'm saying? I see it getting worse and worse and worse, like it has every single time I've started drinking again. Eventually, it always leads me back to the same spot. So, with that being said, guys, I will stop with this sentimental crybaby bullshit. Seriously, come a part of the Discord. Go check out Sunday Night Secret Society. It's me and Chef. We bring on guests every single week. Just look out for that. It's fucking awesome. You know, we've got 2 podcasts rolling now, AntiSlave Question Everything, and then the Sunday Night Secret Society. But I implore y'all to check both of them out. Leave us a rating, you know, on AntiSlave. Leave me a rating. Share my shit if you'd like to. If you know anybody that might be into some crazy fucking guy talking about conspiracy stuff, then go ahead and share the shit. Let them know. And I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that has continued to listen to this. If you guys want to leave a review on this episode on the Spotify, leave me some encouraging tips and tricks on not drinking. I would very much so appreciate that, guys. I would appreciate that more than you'd probably even know, because this is gonna be hard for me. But whatever, it needs to be done, and it will be done, as is the way of life. You know, that's just, it is how it is. Shit sucks sometimes, but you gotta do what you gotta do, guys. Anywho, I'm done talking just for now. You know, I appreciate it. Again, like I said, anybody here that's listening, if there's one thing that I can tell you to do, and you would actually take my advice and listen, it is always remember to question everything. This is your host, Beau Diggles, baby, and I'm out. Bye-bye.